It is that time of year again. Tax time. Time that most of us, including myself, dread, or at least I used to dread it. A couple of months back, Everlance, the sponsor of this video, reached out and asked me to test out their app, and I said sure. Today, I'm excited to show you some of the awesome things that it can do for you. I used to think that all mileage and expense tracking apps were equal, but that's just not the case. After using this for a couple of months myself, I will never go back to a different mileage or expense tracking app. Let me show you why. Let's take a look at my phone. Before we open the app though, there's something I want you to pay attention to. See the Everlance icon there? See how there's 50 notifications? There's a reason for that, and it is awesome. We'll come back to it. Let's go into the app. So right off the bat, we're greeted with the trips that I have already done that Everlance has tracked for me. Classifying these trips as work or business is as simple as swiping on them. Swipe to the right, and it's work. So in this case, this was a DoorDash order. So I'm going to go ahead and select DoorDash, and we're going to watch my tax write-off go up. So this next one was also a DoorDash order. So we're going to go ahead and classify that as work, and we're going to select DoorDash. And once again, our deductions go up. So you kind of get the point here. So here's one that was set to personal. To set something personal, all you got to do is swipe the other direction and swipe to the left, and it will mark it as personal, and that will not be written off on your taxes. See, here's the thing. You can write off $65.50 for every 100 miles you drive, and Everlance will make sure you never miss one of those miles. Even though it does so much more than this one feature would make the app worth it. Everlance automatically tracks your miles for you. You don't have to open the app. It does it for you. In fact, drivers who use Everlance report an average of $6,500 in tax exemptions just by using the app. Did you know you could write off your car, your data plan, your phone, your hot bags? Everlance will help you track that stuff too. Check this out. All we have to do is go back into Everlance and click on Transactions. And here we can go in and we can add our individual expenses. You can also add extra money you brought in. So for example, here was $5 I got for a cash tip. So I added that in there. I've got my car payment in there, my insurance payment, yada, yada, yada. However, what's also awesome about this is you can upload a receipt as well. So if you just click the camera icon, your receipt goes in there and you don't have to worry about losing it. So notes are definitely helpful. If you had a one-off expense and you're going to scratch your head at the end of the year trying to figure out what that $7.42 was, just add a note. So this is fantastic. This will help you factor in all of your expenses every year and weigh that against what you brought in, therefore bringing your tax bill down. Everlance is not just for gig workers. This can be used by any small business owner who needs to track their own expenses. I want to show you some of the really cool features that Everlance has to offer. Right now we're in the trip screen. Now if we click home, you can get a very detailed breakdown of where you're bringing in money and where you're putting it back out. So for example, this year it says I've driven 235 miles. I went and removed a bunch for the purposes of this video so I could add some back in to show you guys. So it's got a detailed breakdown of personal miles versus work miles. It has my expenses versus additional revenue outside of the apps. So that's really cool. Now, this is completely IRS compliant. If you click the taxes tab, you can also get a detailed breakdown. So I unfortunately was not using Everlance in 2022. So we're going to change this to 2023. And now we can export all trips and transactions, and that is completely IRS compliant. This is super useful if you need to prove income for buying a house or getting a loan or something like that. You can choose the exact date range. If you're anything like me, you have forgotten to track your miles on multiple occasions. Mileage is the single biggest deduction that we as gig workers have, so it is imperative that we don't miss a mile. And because the app automatically tracks your miles for you, you never have to worry about it again. In the beginning, I showed you a screen that says that I had 52 notifications. Those were 52 trips that I hadn't classified yet that Everlance automatically tracked for me. Look, this app will track your miles for you, handle all of your receipts, handle every deduction that you could possibly throw at it, and you can export a detailed report if you're more into the analog side of things. This will make tax time a breeze. You will no longer have to sort through a million receipts to figure out what was for work and what was for personal. My first year of doing gig work, I didn't know that I was supposed to track my own miles. So when tax time came around and I saw what I was supposed to pay in taxes, I panicked. I found a workaround, but it took me days to go through and track all of my miles. Do not make the same mistake I did and never miss a mile. My viewers can try Everlance Premium 1 week for free, and I guarantee that is all you will need to be hooked. Click the link in the pinned comment or the description and try Everlance Premium for free today. And thank you to Everlance for sponsoring today's video.